fight last night, one of our friends was like, "Oh, like how many subs Mr. Beast has? Is he at 200 million yet?" And I was like, "Oh no, like he's like 160, 170." And he gets on there, he's like, "He's at 199." And I was like, "What?" And I was like, "I just checked like a few days ago." And sure enough, we get on there and look at his analytics. He's gaining over 1 million subs a day. Like that's outrageous.
Oh, Mr. Beast, 200 million followers. I think we're about at 200 right now. Or at least I would be happy if we were at 200 right now. Right. Welcome back to the podcast, episode 45. I think we're at 45 subscribers, actually, aren't we?
40 something. Yeah.
40 something. Let's just say 45 for the timepiece right here. Mr. Beast has beaten us by 199,999,900 and dang it, 55.
55. There you go.
Yes. Okay. And the math on the camera is rough. So he's, I would say, a little bit ahead of us right now, but it's all right because we're here. We're here, and we're here every Monday and Friday giving you episodes, trying to give you value, guys. So it's definitely, I guess, cool to watch Mr. Beast. I mean, definitely. We watch his videos, of course, it's cool, but just seeing the growth, like. You know, there's that thing with humans that no one likes the know-it-all. No one likes the person who's at the top. Like, everyone hates billionaires, right? Like, everyone loves the underdog until the underdog becomes the alpha dog. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no.
And I think Mr. Beast is starting to become that. He's hanging out with mainstream media guys like this. For instance, this last video that he came out with, it was like what, $1 house versus $100 million house.
Yeah.
Right. And in this video, which I guess is one of his most popular ones so far, I think every video now he posts is like most popular, just like automatically. But in this one, he has Miranda Cosgroves. He has Mark Cuban, and he has Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
In one video. And it's like, dude, ours would be like a video like where there's 500 people in front of us on a small smartphone, like zooming in. It's Justin Timberlake, you know?
Yeah.
And he puts, like Justin Timberlake was in maybe, 5 minutes, or not even that, probably like 4 minutes of this video.
Yeah. That's the one thing about, like, going back to what you said about, like, people not liking you, like, whenever you finally get to the top, whatever.
Uh-huh.
Like, Mr. Beast is obviously at the top of YouTube, but I think the reason he's been able to, like, stay away from the criticism of people being like, oh, this guy's like has everything, like getting like kind of annoyed.
Yeah.
It's not even like people like see that they're at the top and be like, oh, he's at the top, I don't like him. It's just like subconsciously, because obviously,
no, it is.
Like if you think that clearly in your head, like, oh, he's at the top, I don't like him, then you know you're a jealous person.
Yeah.
But when it's just like subconscious and you're like, I don't like him for some reason, like it's because he's the top. The reason, like Mr. Beast in this recent video, he went into I think it was the $1 million house, and they were looking at the $1 million house, and he's like, somebody's like, what do you think, Jim? He's like, it's a lot more expensive than my house, or it's a lot bigger than my house.
Did
like,
he say that?
He always makes like subtle hints, which I think it is. I don't think he has a nice house. Or anything.
No, he went through that. He talks about going through that phase.
Yeah, I think that's why he does that of not buying nice stuff and like making subtle. He did it like twice in the video, like basically saying like, oh, like something about like, oh, I couldn't afford this or something like that, or how he was like praising Justin. He's like, yeah, Justin's got the money to afford this house. Like talking about 100 million one, like makes like subtle comments like that. So he still seems like he's like broke or like he's in our position. Like,
he does.
It could be to like connect more to the viewer because you're like, if you were there, that's what like, you'd be thinking. But it's also, I think, so people don't start seeing him as like at the top and snobby.
I haven't thought about that.
Yeah, I was thinking about as I was watching, he said something about like, I couldn't afford this. And I was like, you could afford 1,000 of these. Like,
yeah.
But he says it because it's like, I think it's like for us watching, we obviously know he can afford it.
Yeah.
But the younger kids watching, they don't know he's making that. Like,
exactly.
Like 10-year-olds, they don't know how much. Like they might think he's really like, oh, he's a YouTuber. He doesn't have that much money. Like, I mean, I think he's. I think he's playing every role and like, he thinks of everything and he makes sure
that's facts. He's a very smart individual, definitely. And he wants to make the best, most entertaining videos. And it's not entertaining if it's some rich, fancy guy going and showing a rich, fancy house. Yeah. It's more entertaining when there's someone who's broke, like a homeless person walking to a rich, fancy house. Then it's complete extremes, and then it's polarizing. So I think you're probably right that it was probably one of the reasons.
And you've watched those real estate videos. Like I know I have, so I'm sure you've seen them. Like the
rich snobby guy.
Yeah, it's like $155 million mansion, or like New York mansion. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I want to see the house. Yeah. I click on, he's like walking through, explaining the rooms. Like it's the same exact video as Mr. Beast did. Yeah. But instead of like trying to make a sell on the house, he's going through it as like a kid would, and it's just a lot more entertaining that way.
Yeah, it definitely is entertaining. That's what Mr. Beast's trying to do. Is he's trying to entertain. He's not trying to sell that house to a billionaire. He just wants to make it a good video. But it's definitely, I don't know. That is interesting to think about. Is like, does he break it down to that point to where? Is he trying to make it just an entertaining video, or is he trying to make people like him more? And maybe if more people like him, is it more entertaining? Maybe so. It could be. But there's one person. That is one thing. Like, so Mr. Beast, he did say that he's gone through that thing where he bought like nice cars. He bought a big house. And then he said he just like hated it. Like he was just not fulfilled at all. It was even worse than before. So he just sold it all. He was like, I need to get rid of all this stuff. He just sold it and lost money, and then just like, dude, I'm just gonna make the best videos that I can, which resonates with people, because then that's a purpose. And it's like, he's not doing it for money, because money is a vehicle for fulfilling your purpose, but it's not. It should never be the purpose, right? So if his purpose is to make the best videos of all time, to give value to humanity, then money is the best vehicle to achieve that. And so then that's what he's working, his purpose. And people like people who are working their purpose, but they also like people who are working for their purpose, not people who have worked and already achieved it.
Yeah. And
that's where Mr. Beast's like, I don't know if he's always like, if people are always going to love him.
Yeah, I think that's partially why, or like I said, the way he's avoiding that right now, like by the stuff he says in the videos, like whatever. And I think the reason that he knows to do that is because when you're that, like, I've always wondered when he's going to get to the point where you can't really grow anymore. Like, when PewDiePie hit 100 million subs, I was like, yeah, he's not going to grow much more, because, I mean, like, how much more can you grow? That's how I thought about Mr. Beast. And
it's 200 million.
Yeah, the other day, like, I looked, or it was like a few weeks ago probably, not even, I bet it was like a week or two, and he was at like 170-something million subs. And when we were watching the fight last night, one of our friends was like, oh, like, how many subs Mr. Beast has? Is he at 200 million yet? And I was like, oh, no. Like, he's like 160, 170. And he gets on there, he's like, he's at 199. And I was like, what? And I was like, I just checked, like, a few days ago. And sure enough, we get on there and look at his analytics. He's gaining over 1 million subs a day. Like, that's outrageous. Like,
stupid.
Most people will never hit 1 million subs in their life, and he's gaining it every single day.
But that's what he then shifted his focus to, is in what he talks about, is he doesn't care about subscribers. He even says it in some of his podcasts that he talks about, is like, subscribers don't matter. Like, really and truly, it doesn't. Like, the only thing that subscribers are good for is when you post the first video, then your subscribers get recommended first, and then that audience then gets to, like, the algorithm learns it faster, so they can promote it out to other people who are similar to that audience.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that subscribers are good for. Other than that, it's not really, subscribers don't mean anything. It's just about views. So that's what he talks about, is he just wants to have the most viewed video, and he's perfecting that. Each video is boasting, like, what'd you say, this one in one day had how many views?
At 23 hours, it was like 60 million views.
God.
And I think a month ago he tweeted saying, you said it was a boat video, right?
Yeah, the boat.
Yeah, we went to and it's funny, it was the same form of video too.
Exact same.
Which I think the raft video passed it too. But
oh yeah.
Yeah, he did the $1 boat versus $100 million boat, and he tweeted that it passed, and at 23 hours it was at, what was it, like, how many million views? Like 20 something or 30 something?
Mm-hmm.
It was like 30 million.
30.
Yeah, it was like 30 million views at 23 hours. And just a month or two later, he doubled that. After, like, when I was thinking, like, how much more can you grow? Like, he might have 1 or 2 videos that passed that, but that's probably top. And then, I think he's had 2 or 3 videos past that since then.
How many English-speaking people are in the world? Like, that's going to be the max, right?
Yeah, and like that's obviously just for that video. Like it doesn't even matter because he dubs them and does them in different languages. So like,
No, exactly. So then, I mean, is he can reach all 7 billion people?
that's what, dude. He's gonna be reaching like a seventh of the world pretty soon. Like if all of his channels get that many views, like, holy.
Yeah, that is ridiculous. And not only like that, it's also you got to think like maybe he is reaching more than that already because like a short or something gets promoted. Like how many views are those getting?
And I wonder how many
like those
like
are
different languages dubs his channels themselves and repost them and get probably 1 million views.
Like he may be the most known person on the planet pretty soon.
Yeah,
not right now, but
no, yeah,
you know, like pretty soon, because there's a difference. Like Andrew Tate would always say, he's the most Google man on earth. Yeah. Like, okay, you could be the most Google man on earth for a day, and that doesn't mean you're the most popular man on earth.
Yeah,
it means you're most Googled, like most like. But then people are using Bing or Yahoo, or I don't even know if they use it anymore. But whatever. They could be other things. Whereas with Mr. Beast, he is being promoted to, like, whatever. I mean, however many. That one video, Squid Games, had like 600 million views.
Yeah.
So 600 million people for sure have seen him. For sure, no doubt. Can you say the same for Andrew Tate? Has 600 million people seen Andrew Tate?
The only reason you could argue possibly is because he's been on all like the news channels too. Like he's been on news channels because like news where if you're on one main news channel, you're probably on 20 main news channels, and like that's like my mom knows who Andrew Tate is, but she doesn't know who Mr. Beast is.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like I think adults obviously because the like news, it's the
maybe so. It'll be interesting. So basically, what we're hearing is Mr. Beast, and he's getting some controversy.
No, I think his target audience is just the younger people rather than the older people. I think that's the last thing. I think the last thing he wants to do is raise his.
That's facts, because his goal is make the best YouTube videos possible.
I wonder if he will, with time, shift with his viewers, like with their age group. Like, who did that? It was real big on that. I guess iCarly came out with a new remake of their show. It's like all the original people are still in it, like
really?
Her and Sam and Spencer and all them.
Yeah.
But it's like they basically matured with their audience, like our age. Like it's basically I don't know what it's rated, but it's probably like PG-13 or maybe even R. Like it's like real stuff that happens in the show now. Because like everyone that watched us is y'all's age now, so we don't want to, like little kids aren't going to want to watch us. Y'all want to watch it. So like I wonder if you'll end up doing that. Like it was like FaZe Banks and all them. Like they all did like gaming stuff and they grew up into doing OnlyFans or partying
and
so I wonder if he'll eventually start making older stuff.
I don't think so, because he is old right now. I mean, not old, but like 26, 27 years old.
He said he wants to do it for like 10 more years, if not more.
10?
I'm pretty sure he said that, yeah.
He's going to What? What are you talking about? That's it? I thought he wanted to do this for the rest of his life. There's no way Mr. Beast is quitting after 10 years.
Well, no, he said like not just like quit to retire, but he said he might want to like move on, like make a movie or something.
Okay.
He said, but he's like, for sure, I want to like run YouTube for the next like 10 years at least. So I'm just saying like
that makes sense.
I'm saying like at least he's gonna be on for another 10 years. So that gives him plenty of time to change what he's doing.
Yeah, and I guess now that I think about it, 10 years is a long time.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, like how old are we?
Like, he changes the way he's doing every few months.
We're 23 years old, and so 10 years almost half our life. Like that is a long time. I'm thinking of it. So maybe 10 years is like, if I was Mr. Beast right now, I mean, I would be trying to find a replacement for me. Like, hey, yo, like maybe not a Mr. Beast, but someone starts like Carl or someone like, hey, bring up Carl in here, and because Carl, like everyone loves Carl.
Yeah.
For some reason, I'd be like, yo, bring him up in here and like start doing the intro on this video or whatever. Start doing this, because Mr. Beast, like, that could be whoever, right? Jimmy, I don't know his last name, but Jimmy is like that person, right? Mr. Beast, yes, it's still technically Jimmy, but you could say, well, this is the new Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
You could still like put that on different people, whereas like you'd start branding it differently instead of like
It's like
Jimmy.
Sidemen. So like,
Yeah, exactly.
I think it was freaking camera on still. But yeah, it's like because KSI, like now he's so popular, like he's not in all the Sidemen videos.
Yeah.
When used to, if he wasn't in a Sidemen video, it was
would be-
trash.
Yeah,
But
it was trash.
now all those guys have kind of built their brands enough to
Exactly.
where they can
Yeah.
like hold up the video. Without
Like
him
I
being
think it
there.
could be the same with Mr. Beast, to where he gets to a point where he just kind of like takes a step back, and then like eventually, because he's in every single intro, but then put Carl doing an intro, and everyone's like, oh shit, Carl did the intro. But it's like there's a I don't know if it's like an old proverb or something, or not proverb. I don't know. Old story, basically, how to cook a frog. If you you heard of that? You boil it. You start with boiling water. You throw a frog in boiling water, it can jump right out. Because it goes from cold to immediately boiling water. Boom, once it get out, it's crazy. If you put the frog in lukewarm water, the same water that you pulled out of the lake, you put it in there, it's just gonna swim around, and you slowly crank up the heat. I think eventually it's gonna be cooked, right? So you do the same thing with all of those. Like honestly, Mr. Beast, if he would get with Alex Hormozy, like to figure out if Mr. Beast and Alex Hormozy teamed up, my God, I mean that would be. They would own the next Disney, honestly.
I don't know. I feel like with Mr. Beast's team, I feel like he probably has business people who are just like.
Yeah, but no, dude. Alex Hormozy business mind is the Steve Jobs of innovation. It is the Mr. Beast of entertainment. Like Alex Hormozy is the mecca of business entrepreneurship. Like, yeah, there's still business guys out there, but no one compares to the way Alex Hormozy has perfected how to manage and operate a business. He is like insane wizard, like Einstein level of.
But is that because, like, he's obviously the top business guy that you've seen, like, because he does YouTube and stuff. What about the guys who don't do YouTube?
No, he didn't do YouTube. The reason why he did YouTube is because he knew it was the best mecca to get more business.
No, I know, but I'm saying that's how you know that he did all this great stuff, is because you've seen the stuff he's done on YouTube, or he's talked about it. Like, what about the guys who don't talk about it? And
yeah, you're saying like Mark Cuban or those guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, so you could say, yeah, like that could be the case, but they don't teach it in the way
I'm just thinking, like, if
does.
Mr. Beast heard you saying, like, oh, if he linked up with Alex Hormozy, I'm sure Mr. Beast would be like, oh, trust me, like, we got it covered. Like,
he's probably linked up with him already.
Like with Feastables and stuff like that. Like, I'm sure he's got some
No.
top dogs who are helping him run his stuff.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that there's not guys who can operate Mr. Beast's business and make him make money.
Yeah.
I'm saying Alex Hormozy, because he does business acquisitions, meaning he buys businesses that are operating like decently and he moves them the next level.
Yeah.
And he knows how to get them to the next level and promote them to the next. Like Rob Dyrdek, for instance, doing the same thing, business acquisitions. There's a bunch of guys, Ed Milet, Andy Frisella. There's a bunch of business finance guys, even like Ty Lopez. He's pretty good at that sort of stuff. But no one have I seen articulate how to operate a business as far as Alex Hormozy has. Like, that dude, and he's 30, 31 years old. Like, he's pretty, homie knows how to do it. And, yeah, he's definitely, I think if him and Mr. Beast linked up, they would create the next Disney. Like they would overtake Disney to a point. Like, right? I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, dude, what is Disney doing? Because what are they? You said they came out with like a iCarly show or something?
Oh, yeah.
Like, dude, they're still living in the past. What? Like, what? Why are they coming out with a second iCarly?
Are they, though? Because, like, anytime, like, what the kids watch now, I have no clue. Like, we never watched as kids. So I think, like, I'm sure they come out with new stuff all the time, but...
Yeah, but it's still, like, kids are watching Mr. Beast. That's my point. It's like kids are watching Ryan Trahan. They're watching, like, YouTube stuff, and they're shifting from Disney because that's the whole reason why Disney made Disney Plus, because they want to reach streamers. But no one's going to stream this mainstream stuff. They're going to go to, like, the creator themselves. And so I'm like, why doesn't Disney just acquire Mr. Beast and just say, yo, come, like, fuck YouTube, come over to Disney Plus and like make your same exact videos. Like, we're not gonna have anything, just post it on Disney Plus instead. Like, why didn't they do why like? And I think it's almost like Pizza Hut did with Papa John's. They're like, it's just like Papa John, or like what Blockbuster did with Netflix. They're like, it's just a small little guy. Like, he's not gonna make a big difference. But dude, I think dude's gonna make waves in the entertainment business for children. I don't know.
I think Disney's just like such a like mecca, just like so big that like yeah, we can say Mr. Beast can take him over and stuff, but like I don't know. Blockbuster was never as big as Disney. I think they're
not when we were of age, but before that. That was how you bought Disney movies was through Blockbuster.
Oh no, I know. Like I remember, like growing up, we'd go to Blockbuster all the time. Like
I'm saying, like in the mid '90s.
Well, no, but still, like if you think of Disney, it's just a different level. Like Disney's massive.
Yeah, I mean it's listed on New York Stock Exchange.
I don't think they're going down anytime soon. Or
I by all means, I don't think they're going down, but I think they have a competitor now, where before they didn't have a competitor.
Yeah. Like
Nickelodeon, like what? Like there was never a competitor. Disney is all like they got the parks and everything, and I don't know. Now there's like someone else where, like I said, it was like Pizza Hut with Papa John's, or where they didn't do anything to kind of like they should have just bought him.
Yeah.
Like Pizza Hut should have just bought Papa John's, and they didn't, and he got big enough to where now he takes half the market. I think it's going to be the same with Disney and Mr. Beast, where they should just buy Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
But he's going to get to a point where he's so big that they can't buy him anymore. And he's
I'd already be there.
Exactly.
But
no, because like you said, he's talking about he wants to go to Netflix. He wants to go to these other platforms. And like Disney should be scared of that. Like, dude, don't let him go to Netflix, because then all of your kids, all the viewers, all your children who you're targeting, Disney is, they're going to go over to Netflix because that's where Mr. Beast is.
Yeah. After talking about Disneyland, I think that's what's next for Mr. Beast. I bet he makes an amusement park.
Beastland, yeah, honestly, dude. Like, why would
Dude
he
Perfect
not?
did. Dude
Yeah.
Perfect made a, I don't know, I think it's called like Dude Perfect Land or something.
Yeah,
like where you can go do trick shots and stuff. Like, I guarantee he'll make some type of Mr. Beast land where there's like different stuff you can see like from his videos and all sorts of stuff.
He needs to do it.
Because like right now, if he said that tomorrow, it wouldn't surprise me one bit.
Yeah.
Like
no, I think that's the next move for him. But I don't know, cool to watch. Hopefully we'll be there pretty soon. We'll have our
Mr. Beast land.
Our own Mr. Beast land.
I thought you were saying be at Mr. Beast land.
Oh, be at Mr. Beast. No, we'll have our own.
Hopefully we'll be there soon.
We'll have our own Mr. Beast. No, I wouldn't want to make that. I'll have like outdoor something deal. But I don't know. If you guys want to be a part of the journey and help us grow, help us try to do what we want to do, hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button so then you can get notified first, so then you can watch videos, so then we can get more views, so then we can grow, and then you can be a part of the team. You can come on and be sitting in this chair. Maybe. All right. Thank you guys for watching, joining, viewing. As always, take it easy. We'll talk to you next one. Peace.